Hi, and welcome to Back to School Night. I am Miss Ozarski, one of the World History 2 teachers here at West Springfield, and I will just kind of very briefly give you guys a rundown of what your student can expect in my classes this year. So a little bit about me. I was born and raised in Fairfax County and have lived here for most of my life. I did leave this area when I went to the University of Virginia down in Charlottesville. I got my bachelor's in history and ended up staying in Charlottesville a few more extra years and got my master's in education. So I recently moved back up to the area, and this is my second year at West Springfield High School, and I am in the social studies department. In addition to World History 2, I also teach psychology here. When I'm not teaching or watching the Wahoos hopefully beat Virginia Tech and other ACC schools in all of their sporting events, I also do a lot of swim coaching. I coach a neighborhood team back in my hometown in McLean, Virginia. I coach a club team that's more local to this area, and I'm also one of the assistant coaches of our swim and dive team here at West Springfield. So just to go over a few things concerning World History 2. So this class picks up right where World History 1 ends. So we start around the year 1500. That's where the Renaissance begins, and we go up all the way to current times pretty much. So we follow our state and county standards in order to come up with our curriculum. This is a required course for graduation if students are pursuing an advanced diploma, and usually there is an SOL, but because of distance learning this year, if your student passed World History 1 as a freshman, they do not have to worry about the SOL in World History 2. So we meet on orange days, that's Tuesdays and Thursdays, for our synchronous instruction, and Mondays are reserved for individual meetings, office hours if students choose to use that, and our asynchronous instruction such as homework. All homework and assignments will be given on Mondays, and they will all be due the following Monday, so students will have lots of time throughout the week to get things done and to work on assignments. There are really no outside materials required for this class other than a fully charged laptop and an internet connection. If students want to take notes at any point, they are welcome to, but they are not required to. Everything is done on Schoology this year. That's where students can access their asynchronous and synchronous meeting times, and that's where all homework and projects are assigned as well. They can also use Schoology to look at things like our visible learning guides. That's the list of all things that students are expected to know and be able to do for each unit throughout the year. The unpacked standards are always found in our visible learning documents in our materials page on Schoology. Our class syllabus is located on Schoology as well. So if a student wants to go back or you want to go and look at our syllabus at any point during the year, that is made available to you. So World History 2 covers quite a lot in time. So we start in the year 1500 approximately, and again, go up into present day. So we are covering 500 or if not more years of history. We start out with the Renaissance and Reformation, go into the Age of Exploration, the discovery of the New World. We go into different regional civilizations and what different countries like China and various kingdoms in Africa looked like at this time. We go into the Glorious Revolution, Scientific Revolution, American Revolution, French Revolution, Latin American revolutions, see a theme here, as well as how that all of these major geopolitical events shaped the world, not just Europe, but also all of its neighbors. And we really wrap up the year with our second semester going into some of the more modern history. We'll go into the World Wars, the Cold Wars, and end with independence movements and contemporary world affairs. Our typical classroom instructions look a lot They have a lot of lectures, including interactive lectures where students are responding to things in real time. We'll do discussions and study work, all, again, given through Schoology. And we'll also give students a lot of time to work on projects and assignments while they're in our sessions. We recognize and understand that students are going to be spending a lot of time looking at computers, and the goal is to help them by not giving them an absolute overload of work. We are planning on assigning about 60 minutes of homework a week, and as I mentioned earlier, students get to decide when they want to do that. We are using a rolling gradebook this year in world history. So that means every assignment or assessment that a student does contributes to their overall grade. Assignments that consist of classwork and homework, anything small that we do in a group setting, is worth 10% of their grade, but assessments like projects, tests, and quizzes are worth 90%. And students will know what is which before they do it. Because of our rolling grade book, you can at any point go into SIS and see what your student's grade is, and the grade that is there kind of serves as a snapshot of their final grade. So instead of a quarter grade or a semester grade that might be weighted similarly or differently, their quarter grade is just whatever their grade is at that time, and that is totally subject to change depending on the work that they do moving forward. World History 2 will have a final assessment that will be worth 10% of their overall grade, and the rest of the year-long grade book contributes to that 90%. So this is what a typical schedule would look like for world history. We know that distance learning is presenting new challenges for everyone and that this is a very new and unique way to start the school year. We do ask that your student comes to class on time and prepared each week. And if for whatever reason your student cannot make it to class, if they're sick or have another commitment, a doctor's appointment, that's totally fine, but we do ask that you let both us know and the school itself. If your student does miss class for any reason, again, that's completely fine. All class recordings are available on Schoology. And the schedule for the week and all activities and PowerPoints and assignments that the student might have missed will be on Schoology as well. The calendar that you see on the screen now is what a typical weekly schedule might look like. This is the one from the very first week of class. So that's why we see no assignments due, did not assign any work the first week, but now we can start picking things up. And it just gives students a very brief agenda of what they're doing that day. And the things on that calendar correspond directly to our assignments in Schoology, so they'll know exactly what they need to do if they missed one of our sessions. And that's really the crux of it. If you have any questions at all, please email me at kmowczarski@fcps.edu. Emailing me is the best way to get in touch with me, and I am very attentive to my email account. I will do my absolute best to get back to you within 24 hours. And so if there's anything that you want to let me know about how your student is doing, any questions you might have for me, anything that you think I need to know as their teacher, please feel free to email me really at any point during the year. I'm always happy to hear from parents and other people. So that's really all I have for you. Again, reach out with any questions, and I am looking forward to a really great year in world history. So thank you.